Oh, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. What a time it is to be alive, really. We are in the midst of so much change, so much transition, so much transformation. I am a completely different person. I don't even know what's been happening in the last few months. It has been a wild ride, and I don't know if you have been feeling that too, but it's really like we've been building for this moment. Like, you've worked so hard to get here. And it feels like this real, like, we're at the precipice and the cusp of something big. And that's really what we're building up to with this full moon in Taurus and Saturn stationing direct in Pisces on November 15th. And we're really like about a week away from a totally different life and direction and reality. And it's like a total transition of power in your life, both collectively, but also, in personally, like in internally. And we're in this kind of phase where like we're starting new, and it's a weird time to start new because it is Scorpio season. It's like we're kind of just like wrapping up the last little remnants of like who you used to be, how things used to be and operate for you, like the ways in which your life used to be, like, is just no more. It's no longer. And so we're kind of in this like integration phase, kind of like this nesting phase, like trying to figure out like who we're going to be on the other side of this transformation, this metamorphosis, right? And so right now it's a really important time to really like center yourself and feel into the future of like who you desire to be and who you're becoming and where you really belong, and get very crystal clear on your standards, your just like the qualities you want to be embodied in, the level of living you want to be accustomed to, your boundaries, your quality of life, and really just like the standard of friendship, the standard of success, the standard of relationships, and the standards that you also adhere and hold yourself to. And really like we're really catering and nurturing our inner child in like really big and profound ways right now, because in order to really quantum leap into your next level, it's like the pathway is actually through your inner child. And that's really what we're kind of transitioning with Pluto moving out of Capricorn, because the Cancer Capricorn axis is really about your own emotional needs and success, and those two are so interconnected and linked, like it's not even funny. And it's like, it's like your success has to be a purpose, and like that purpose has to be like there has to be like an emotional root to it, right? And so we're building these new internal emotional foundations within ourselves so that we can be massively successful. And in this new way, this new reality that we're entering into with Pluto and Aquarius, it's like your frequency is actually your currency. And it's really like this kind of like new soul way of living and being and operating and being successful. And it starts with you recognizing that within yourself and really anchoring in a new level of personal power, and really like just acknowledge yourself for all of the growth and all of the transition and transformation that you've moved through. And it's like really just like owning that you're here to attract and be a big deal, And so we're kind of in this like fork in the road, in this transition, in this period of change. And this full moon in Taurus is helping us like anchor in these new solid roots and foundations. And at a physical level, Taurus is about manifestation. It's about the things that you can put your hands on. It's the seeds that you plant, and the roots that grow, and the fruit that and the trees that bear fruit, right? It's like the resources that you can pick from the trees, right? It's money, it's somatic, it's your values, it's very physical and very tangible. And so it really represents a culmination in coming to fruition of all of the things that you've been building and working for. And now that Saturn is also stationing direct right before this full moon, it's like Saturn is giving you forward movement on all of the things that you have been working towards, right? And Saturn in Pisces has required you to really turn inward and really develop like spiritually, develop emotionally, really face your fears, face your addictions, face your vices, face your secrets, face your shadows, face where you're your own self-undoing, face where you're ungrounded, face when you don't have boundaries, right? And really upgrade your physical body and upgrade your self-conscious beliefs for you to really align with your manifestations and really detach and welcome in new beginnings. And so a lot of, I feel like gifts have been activated within people with Saturn retrograde in Pisces. And it's like, it's a result of you having those strong boundaries and you opening up intuitively, because I see this time and time and time again, and I've seen this within myself. It's like as soon as you actually detach from your dependencies and you have boundaries and you get centered in yourself, it's like your intuitions and your gifts turn on online like that. And so I've been seeing that a lot with people, but it's like, if you are still attached and operating from the wounds and the conditioning of your past, it's like you're missing out on all of the gifts and the blessings that are coming in like with this full moon and like this weekend. And so you'll know like where you're at, basically kind of dependent on how this full moon goes, because it's like actually like it's ripe for fruition. It's ripe for culmination. It's like things are breaking through coming this Friday. And so it's all about, if you've faced the loops and the addictions and the patterns of your past and those subconscious things that are just operating on autopilot. And you know, it's like you actually have to detach from your past, and you have to set a higher standard for yourself for this new future that you're creating. And so oh my God, I'm like belching. And so to me, this is like a really exciting time. So much feels like it's been ready to break through for months now. And it's like we haven't broken through the glass ceiling, and that has been Saturn retrograde, right? Saturn makes you work hard. Saturn makes you earn it, but Saturn does reward if you've put in the discipline, if you've committed and you've been responsible for your results. Like Saturn, the rewards of Saturn do not come easily. But so now that it is direct, it's like, okay, good job, human. You've done your homework, and now you can graduate. You've done the spiritual assignments, and like, good job. Like, here's your gifts at the end of the railroad, at the end of the rainbow, right? It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, after you've bared the storm, right? And so all of it's kind of like this big tidal wave that's coming and crashing through with Saturn stationing direct. And it's like you had to face all of that karma and self-undoing of your past, and now that it's going direct, it's like things can finally start to move forward. So I feel like people will feel a big sense of relief, and a lot of like a pressure has popped once Saturn stations direct and with this full moon. And you've been building for this. This full moon is super interesting because it's conjunct the point of this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that we had earlier in the year in April. And this conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus was at 22 degrees of Taurus. And this full moon is happening at 24 degrees of Taurus. And this full moon is also conjunct Uranus. And so it's really like, think back like 6 months ago. Let me do the math here. That was 7 months ago, right? Which is crazy. And it's like, what were the themes around the Taurus ruled part of your chart? It was really expanding your capacity. I did a whole like 2-day masterclass on this transit because it was really expanding the root chakra. It was expanding your body. It was expanding your vessel. It was expanding your nervous system's capacity. And so it's like, if you've done that work to physically expand yourself and your reality, it's like, okay, the blessings can now drop in with this full moon. And again, you'll know whether or not you did the work or not based on like what was happening, because this full moon is reinforcing that energy and activating that massive conjunction. That was the biggest transit really of the year, the biggest conjunction of the year. And it was a mass, kind of like awakening around Taurus, right? Taurus wants you super secure. It wants you super solid, supported, grounded. It wants you established, right? It wants you like with like the strong foundations that can withstand the hurricane, right? It wants you with the deep roots. It wants you super sensual and connected to the feminine parts of yourself. It wants you valuating and appreciating yourself, right? It really wants you to be self-reliant for your success, right? And so it's required you to really look at your own self-value, establishing boundaries and comforts, and make money and really live in accordance with your own values and satisfy yourself, right? And really develop patience and persistence, because Taurus is not in a rush, right? Like Mother Nature is not in a rush. It's like good things take time to build. And Taurus also appreciates beauty, right? We know, like I always say, this is a Libra of me, but I'm like, it's actually not vain for you to want to beautify things. Like, look at Mother Nature. She is the most stunning creature in all of the galaxies, right? Like Mother Earth is so beautiful, right? And it's like, actually, like how you see and view Mother Earth, like can you actually see and view yourself with that same awe and wonder and beauty and appreciation, right? It's like the way that you appreciate Mother Earth is the way you appreciate yourself. The way that you appreciate your body is the way that you appreciate yourself. And so it's like, if you're not taking care of and tending to like this divine mother, the divine mother within you, the divine feminine within you, it's like you're out of touch and out of balance with your Taurus, right? And so then you're not actually able to receive as much physically, right? You're not able to manifest as much. You're not, because you're not grateful for the vessel. You're not grateful for the material. You're not grateful for Mother Earth, right? You're not grateful for like the hand that feeds you, right? And so it's about valuing your vessel and your body and your resources and Mother Earth with such deep gratitude and appreciation, right? And the more that you do this, and the more that you can sink into that security within yourself and within that connection to Mother Earth, it's like the more the abundance abounds. And so it's really kind of taking us back to the roots, so to speak, and the foundations of like your connectedness to nature. And I always say, like, nature teaches us all that we need to really know about the human experience. Taurus is so physical. And it takes its time. And it's not about like being possessive or being stuck or being stubborn or getting bogged down by the 3D, because that's like the other side of Taurus. It's like they can get too bogged down by the physical, right? I'm surrounded by Taurus placements. They can be very slow to move, right? It's not about that. It's about, I'm solid, I'm secure within myself, I support myself, I value myself, I see myself, I appreciate myself, and then I appreciate Mother Earth in the same way. And then when you can operate from that sort of feminine je ne sais quoi of yourself, but like in a grounded way, it's like you're actually having such strong somatic foundations for you to manifest, for you to receive, for you to be in relationship. So it's really reinforcing this really grounded, beautiful energy. And really, it's like you get out of life, the more you value yourself, the more that you get out of life. And it's not in a cocky or arrogant or egotistical way, but like really like, oh my God, like my body has been through so much. Like I have had so much karma with my body. Like, and people really don't, well, I don't think we'll ever understand the journey that I've been on with my body, but I'm just like, oh my God, you are a fucking warrior, girl. Like you are a warrior. You have held us through so much pain, so much so much, right? And the 3D body is slow. So as we are pulling up these really deeply embedded roots from our subconscious, from our past, with Pluto transitioning into Aquarius, and we're really breaking those cords from our past, really give your body so much attention and appreciation and love this week, because your body is like doing its best to keep up. And it just needs some time. Like, I've been sleeping so much because these things that we're moving, like these patterns are so deeply physical and they're really embodied, right? And it's like your power, your strength is embodied, right? It's in your body. Like, you have to be in your body to be powerful and to really be super connected to the physical realm, right? You have to be in your body. I literally lived out of body for the first 30 plus years of my life. So I'm like, it's so good to be back home, right? Like, my ascension journey has really been a descension journey. And so it's really like tending to your body and your body's physical somatic needs to really break apart these and really descend back into the body and really untangle and unwire to rewire with your future version of yourself in mind. I'm like getting just such a strong download, like that we all like need massages this weekend. And I actually found someone that can come to my house. So I'm like, I'm just gonna like book a massage for this weekend after I come back home. I'm traveling. And I'm just gonna like descend into the body, right? Taking care of the body so that the body can take care of you. Supporting your body so that the physical world can support you. Because again, everything that's happening in your physical is just a mirror and a reflection of everything going on energetically with yourself and internally. So the body is such a powerful representative of like where you're in and out of balance. And so if it manifests physically in your body, it's like there's an energy that you need to actually learn through, and your body is such a powerful manifestation tool, because it's like your vessel has to be prepared to receive what you want. And so if any sort of fears, of emotions, of triggers, of pain, of negativity is surfacing right now, that's a good sign, because it's like needing to be moved out of your physical body. And so just be with yourself, be with your body, and trust that your body knows how to hold and handle it, because it does. It just needs that time and that space to really breathe. And so, it's a big week and I'm really excited. So I hope that this week brings all of the full blessings and manifestations that you deeply deserve and desire, because we have worked so hard to get here. Again, think back to the themes that you have been moving through since end of April with Jupiter and Uranus conjunction, Saturn stationed retrograde on June 29th. What has felt like it's been a pause or a standstill since then, like all of that is now going to be moving forward. And with this full moon conjunct Uranus, it's like you can always expect the unexpected, but expect the blessings to land, and they will, So, but be open palm to life. Like, the universe knows what you need. So, and two, it's like if the past always resurfaces as we are rewiring and reconfiguring our future. And so if things are popping back up from your past right now, Taurus rules the throat. So maybe you need to speak on some things. Maybe you need to tell some people what's up. Maybe you need to speak some boundaries. Maybe you need to express more of who you are. But Taurus is about the throat. So speak on some things. I'm like my throat is closing for a reason. I have to say this. And speak things what you want into existence. This is a good full moon to speak on the things that you want. Tell the universe what you want. Give it commands, give it demands, and tell people who you are. Don't be afraid. Be unafraid and unabashed about who you are, and take up space, right? Mother Earth takes up all of the space. And go out and connect with nature and have her give you some freaking success codes. Because I swear to God, I learn every time I'm out, just like out in nature, connecting with the world. So sending you so much love. Happy full moon, happy Saturn direct. Next week, you're going to be in a different life and a different reality. So really just use this week and tend to your body and prepare for what's next, and really feel into the future that you are creating. So sending you so much love. Bye, guys.